Dear students, today I am going to explain political science second chapter, that is union government. We have learned in the previous lesson that India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic country, right? And in that you have studied about the unitary system of government. In this unitary system of government, you have studied that it is a system of political organization with the central government, that is central supreme government, isn't it? And federal system you have studied. In the federal system you have dual government, that is you have center and the state government. Like India, you know that India is a state of union. It is a union of states. The power of the nation are divided between the central and the state. However, the central government has been given more power in view of unity and security of the nation during emergency, right? And today in this class you are going to study about union legislature, that is the Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, their structures, membership, qualification necessary to become the members of Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and what are their functions. And also you are going to study about the election of the president and what is this qualification to become a president. Okay, so these two concepts you are going to learn. Firstly, we'll do about the union legislature. You know that India has adopted the parliamentary system of government, and the union legislature is called as the parliament. Okay, so union legislature is called as a parliament. Article 79 provides for the creation of the parliament, and you also know that parliament consists of two houses, that is Rajya Sabha, which is also known as a upper house, and it is also known as House of Elders. So Lok Sabha, it is known as a lower house. Okay, so the parliament consists of two houses, the upper house and the lower house. Upper house is called as Rajya Sabha and lower house is called as Lok Sabha. And today in this class we are going to study about Rajya Sabha, that is its composition, that is the structure and qualification, and what is the term of office, what is the duration of the office. Okay, so firstly we will know about the composition of the Rajya Sabha, structure of the Rajya Sabha. You all know that the number of seats in the Rajya Sabha is 250. Number of seats in the Rajya Sabha is 250, out of which 238 members are elected by the members of the state assembly and the union territory. So total number is 250. In that 238 members are elected by the members of the state assembly and union territories, and the remaining 12 members. So the remaining 12 members are elected by the president. Okay, and those members would be from the various field like literature, art, science and social work. Okay, so 250, in that 250, 238 are elected by the members of the state assembly and union territories, and the remaining 12 are elected by the president. So that is about the structure of the Rajya Sabha. And the term of office, so the members of the Rajya Sabha will be in power for 6 years. The term of office is 6 years. What are the qualifications required to become the member of the Rajya Sabha? Firstly, he should be the citizen of India. Secondly, he should not be less than 30 years and should not have been punished under law and should not have been declared to be a person of unsound mind by a court, and should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by the parliament. So these are the qualifications a person who wish to become the member of the Rajya Sabha should possess. Firstly, he should be citizen of India, should not be less than 30 years and should not have been punished under a law, and should not have been declared to be a person of unsound mind by a court of law, and should also possess the qualification specified from time to time by the parliament. And you know, like might have witnessed the sessions, right? So the Rajya Sabha sessions is conducted by Vice President. Vice President is the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. So Vice President acts as a chairman and he conducts the proceedings in the Rajya Sabha. In the absence of the Vice President, the Deputy Chairman, he will conduct the proceedings. Okay. At least 10% of the member of the minimum of 25 members should be present during the session of the Rajya Sabha. And the sessions, that is Rajya Sabha session, should meet at least twice in a year. Next, we will know about Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha is also known as a lower house. So the members of the Lok Sabha are elected directly by the people. You know that, okay? Once in 5 years, elections will be held and we people will cast the vote and elect the members. So members of the Lok Sabha are elected directly by the people and it is also known as the House of People. Okay, so it's Lok Sabha is also known as a House of It's also known as a House of People. Okay, and the maximum number of seat is 545. In that, 543 members are directly elected by the people, whereas other 2 members, okay, total strength is 545. Out of that, 543 members are elected by us. The other 2, okay, whereas the 2 other are nominated by the president and they are Anglo-Indians. So 2 Anglo-Indians are elected by the president. Okay, and term of office of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. Okay, the Lok Sabha members are elected for a term of 5 years. However, on the recommendation of the Prime Minister, the President may dissolve the Lok Sabha and during emergency, the term may also be extended. Okay, so Lok Sabha is known as the House of People and the total number of seats is 545. Out of 545, 543 are elected by the people and other 2 Anglo-Indians are elected by the President. Okay, and the term of office is 5 years. So what is the qualification required to become the members of the Lok Sabha? See, like he should be citizen of India and should not be less than 25 years of age and should not have been punished under law and should not have been declared to be a person of unsound by a court and should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by the Parliament. And also you should not hold any office of profit under the government. Okay, so these are the qualifications. So should be citizen of India, should not be less than 25, whereas the members of the Rajya Sabha, they should be 30 years, and here the members of the Lok Sabha, to become member of the Lok Sabha, you should be 25 years and should not be punished under a law. You should not be unsound and you should possess the qualifications specified from time to time by the Parliament, and you should not also hold any office of the profit under the government. Okay, and the sessions in the Lok Sabha are conducted by the Speaker. Okay, in the absence of the Speaker, Deputy Speaker conducts the proceedings. Okay, so what is the function of this Speaker? The Speaker has to should conduct the proceeding in a dignified way. That means you should. Okay, I'll explain one by one. So, legislative power. What is legislative power? What are the legislative power of the Parliament? And you know that the main functions of the Parliament is to make a law. Okay, and it can frame law on subjects mentioned in the central list. Okay, there are 3 lists: central list, state list and concurrent list. So Parliament has the power to make the law on subjects mentioned in the central list. And the financial bill, it should be presented only in the Lok Sabha, and other bills can be presented in either of the house. But the bills become law only after proper discussion and approval of both the houses. I think you're all understanding. The main function of the Parliament is to make a law. Okay, and the financial bill has to be presented, that means in the Lok Sabha. The other bills can be presented in either of the house. Either of the house means Rajya Sabha or in the Lok Sabha. But the bills become law only after the approval of the both the houses. Approval by both the houses. When there is a disagreement between the houses regarding a bill, then the president may call once again for the joint session of the parliament. If there is any disagreement, if both the house there is some confusion, or if they are not agreed the bill, then the president will call a session. That means he will summon the session and they will discuss there, and then the matter will be resolved. So after both the houses pass the bill, it is forwarded to the president for his approval, and after which it becomes a law. So both the houses should give their approval. Only after the approval of both the houses it will be forwarded to the president, and after that it becomes a law. Okay, that is the legislative power of the parliament. The main function of the parliament is legislative power. That means the main function is to make a law. Okay, so financial bill must be presented in the parliament. Whether other bills, it can be discussed in any of the house, but the approval of both the houses is a must for the approval, for the sanction of the bill, or to pass the bill. Okay, after the approval it will be forwarded to the president, and after his signature it becomes a law. The second power of the parliament is administrative power. Okay, you know that India has adopted a parliamentary form of government where it has the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, so they form the executive. That means in the parliamentary system of government, the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers form the executive. Okay, and this Union Cabinet is responsible, that is, this Council of Ministers are responsible to the Parliament. The members of the Parliament ask a question which must be answered by the minister. So the members of the parliament, in the parliament, they ask a question to the concerned minister, and that member of the concerned minister has to give the appropriate answer. That means he has to give the answer. Okay, if the council of minister do not, then he may lose his confidence. So the council of minister can be in power only as long as they enjoy the trust of the parliament. Okay, so the parliament has the control over the executive. So that is administrative power. That is, in the parliamentary system of government, the prime minister and the council of ministers, they form the executive. Okay, and this union council, that means union cabinet, is accountable to the parliament. Okay, the council of minister can be in power as long as he enjoys the trust of the parliament. If he loses, then he has to lose his power. So the parliament controls the executive. So that is the administrative power of the parliament. The next is financial power. Financial power, as I told, financial bill must be presented in the parliament. Okay, the government cannot levy, that means impose any tax or spend any money without the approval of the Lok Sabha. So the financial bill must be introduced in the Lok Sabha. After it has been passed in the Lok Sabha, then it will be forwarded to the Rajya Sabha, and after the approval of both the houses, it will be sent to the president for its approval, and after its signature, the bill will be passed. So the parliament has legislative power, that means it has the power to make the law, and administrative power, that means it has the power to control the executive. Financial power, it must be discussed, that means any amount, that means not even any pie can the government take up take its own decision and spend. The financial bill must be passed in the parliament. The parliament members have the power to remove the judges of the High Court and the Supreme Court through the motion of impeachment, and they also have the power to discuss the findings of the report related to the judiciary, I think you all understood. Okay, Parliament has the judicial power. That means the members of the Parliament has the power to remove the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court through the motion of impeachment. Okay, and they also have the power to discuss the finding, that means to discuss the report related to the judiciary. The next power is the power to amend the constitution. Amend means modify. Okay, so the Parliament has the power to modify the constitution or revise the constitution. Okay, and constitution has equal powers to amend the, that means Parliament has the power to amend the constitution, and the amendment bill can be presented first in either of the house. Either it would be in the Lok Sabha or in the Rajya Sabha. However, the approval of both the houses is required for the amendment. If only one house approves for the amendment and other doesn't, then the amendment cannot be carried out. In some cases, the approval of the state assembly is also essential. I think you all understood. Right to constitute, that means the power to amend the constitution. That is, the Parliament has the power to modify the constitution. Okay, that is, both the houses have the equal power to amend the constitution. The amendment bill can be presented first in either of the houses. However, the approval of both the houses is required for the amendment. If only one house approves for the amendment and the other doesn't, then the amendment cannot be carried out. So, in some cases, the approval of the state assembly is also essential. Okay, so these are some of the powers of the Parliament. Legislative power, that means they have the power to make the law. Administrative power, that means they have the power to control the executive. Financial power, that is the financial bill must be presented first in the Parliament. Judicial power, that is the members of the Parliament have the power to remove the judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court, and the Parliament has the power to amend, that is modify the constitution. And the Parliament also has got other powers, that is they have the power to frame a law. Okay, frame a law related to the powers and jurisdictions of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Regarding the powers and functions of the High Court and the Supreme Court, that means they have the right to make a law. Secondly, the Parliament has the power to establish one court for 2 or more states. Okay, and they also have the right to create a new state, rename or determine the boundaries of the state. So the Parliament has the power to create a new state, rename the state or determine the boundaries of the state. And the Parliament also has the power to declare the emergency, that is like the national emergency, state emergency and the financial emergency.